so commonly. It's maybe one of those ones that's a little bit more even. Even still, obviously, Illuminar do opt for the CT. Does come slightly ahead.
Yeah, definitely. We are into the pistol now. Knife formalities are out of the way. Black Tier will swing down in towards the ramp, but it's immediate trades back and forth.
Well, so much aggression here towards ramp. ewjerkz able to get 3 kills. We talked about him needing to step up, and he does it. He is traded out eventually, though, Zun. He's rotated over. It's the 1v3 here if he wants to do it. Has the ground, the smoke for cover, can fall back. Spamming through with this USP. One of these players is low. The bomb even going to be planted here in this 1v2. More damage done through the smoke. The flashbang. arrozdoce almost set up to fail there, but he can retreat.
Hasn't got a kit, but he has got the time. Creeping his way round in for the win. They've scarpered.
There's that kit. He can collect this. Has the time to work with, but has to find the kills. The head presents itself, but doesn't connect. Picks up the kit now. Can tap that bomb. He's even going to stick it. But Agile, he's ready.
Pros don't fake. That's the old saying, is how it goes. Illuminar, they try and just sneak that one away. ewjerkz with a hat trick of kills all the way over towards the A ramp. It nets for the win, that pistol.
Hey, speak his name. Tell him he needs to step up, and he hears you here on the big stage. 3 in the round in the pistol, secures it for the win. And now the momentum is behind them, but Illuminar, they're not going to let him get away with this one. They're going to force into it.
Force by Wars set to establish themselves over on this A ramp. Peeking on in. It's early damage to both sides. Morels, he's hungry with the deagle.
Early ramp aggression going to be the name of the game on Vertigo. Always is the story here. Zart's pushed all the way through here, and he is punished for it.
Spam with the 5-7 through the wall. It's actually not going to do too much damage overall. So for the win, they can feel a little bit more comfortable. But Morels, he's creeping in, but Diaz, he's holding for him.
I love this patience for the win. They're holding for all these pushes. Know that if the force comes through, it's a light buy, and they want to find those early advantages by getting up to cheeky plays. That smoke's a little bit awry there. Mars going to try to abuse this, try and play around with it. PHR has rotated over to support as well, and they have a player in towards elevator, so there is a 3-player lean to this side of the map.
Still a minute left for the win. Making their intentions clear now. Redeploying the utility. They know that smoke missed, and the smokes, they rain on in. They're trying to obscure the vision. Diaz, he gets a Mac 10 kill. PHR runs away.
Yeah, Maskill's the only player that was in that short position. The only one on site as those smokes come down, and he had to find something there. But he is removed before he can do any damage. Another smoke comes through, preventing any further access through from elevator.
Although PHR does get 1 kill, I think the safer play for Illuminar is to hold on to these Kevlars, maybe try and retrieve the SMG. But for the win, they will get 2 rounds in a row here.
You pick up that Mac 10, you can then drop over the pistol to a player, and you've got a bit of an investment onto 3 players then, and a chance to potentially do some damage into the follow-up. But for the win, they didn't have the momentum coming into this. It was Illuminar's game through and through on Overpass. But it's good to see that they've reset. They've come into this fresh-faced, and they start strong.
It's what we saw from the Polish side. They were taking the fight too for the win. And it looks to be on the flip side this time around. It's a good start early. We say that both of these teams, it is a momentum-based game at times. Let's see if this snowballs or whether Illuminar can immediately respond.
It's actually going to be, this light buy here with the save utility. So for the win, in a good position here to take this 3rd. But Illuminar can still upset this. Sam playing close here, has to find the kill. He does. The flash comes through, but it doesn't set him up.
1 kill's good, at least going 1 for 1 here. Rotations, they're all just in response. A dribble smoke being placed down ahead of the generators. Illuminar Gaming, they sit behind it.
Just dropping these HEs at their feet. The spam comes through as well, doing so much damage. These players are limping on the other side. Another smoke coming through, preventing any look in here for the CTs. Playing it safe are the Ts, just looking to find these kills, do the damage, don't want any sort of upset to come through. Story finding Black Tier, that's going to enable that bomb now to go down. Mars trying to swing out with the 5-7, but not able to connect to the arrozdoce through the smoke, spams it down.
Very good response here, early stages in Vertigo for the win. They keep 4 players alive here. I know last time I said that, arrozdoce then just got 3 kills with the USP, but Mac 10, I'm a little bit less hopeful. It looks like PHR wants to just go for any exits, maybe try and reclaim one of these AKs or Galils.
Yeah, and arrozdoce is on the other side of the server. He's got 3 already. He's not the one that's going to do the damage here. PHR with this Mac 10. I try and pick up that Deagle, but doesn't really matter. There we go. Arrozdoce does go down, so does get something for it. Bit of extra cash to go into the next, and that's going to be where Illuminar do fight back.
Yeah, $600. That's his kill reward for that SMG conversion over towards arrozdoce. But more importantly for the win, they will reclaim the round and they will start this T side flawlessly.
Exactly what they need to do here. Even the AWP now coming out for Story isn't going to be one on the Illuminar side. So for the win, potentially could surprise them here with that AWP. See where he decides to take that one. Often see that being posted up towards ramp, trying to pick and prod between those smokes.
More importantly, ewjerkz hasn't got a kill since the pistol. Might be called into action here. Lots of utility being deployed earlier. A ramp, Story peeking on in. There's no targets.
Yeah, Blacktier's gotten very far down here towards B stairs. arrozdoce on the other side. They're playing around it here. All going to come down to timing. The smoke fades. Blacktier tries to shoot the shots, but can't quite land them. And that's when arrozdoce swings out.
That's an unbelievable miss. He could have really just set that one down, and now Zan, he's flashed off the angle for the win. They hit the accelerator.
He's lucky he doesn't get punished off the back of that, but all the players were blind. The utility coming through now. Zan going for the spam. A huge amount of damage done. And in fact, it is the molly that does the damage. Mars, oh, he's going to rotate over with the flash, and that's where that flank comes through. He's going to make his way back now, but look, the flank in the back lines. Diaz, he's made his way all the way through, and that's going to be a freebie for him. Oh no, there's the pillar, but he is able to convert it.
Zan trades him out at the very least. That looks a little bit dangerous. 3 versus 3. Zan needs to be careful. Story can peek on in over this smoke. Bomb planted, retake potentially on the cards, but ewjerkz finds Morels with the Galil.
Yeah, that's a huge kill to find now. That puts the man advantage towards the T's on that defense. Story posts that with the AWP. There's no counter smoke, no Molotov to flush him out, no sort of flames that can be dispensed. Just the flashbang. They have to find the kills, have to find these peaks, and they're not going to be given it. This is that last bit of utility being thrown out now. PHR aggressing forward, looking to clear into short, but ewjerkz, he's fallen back. There's just so many T's here, and there's just no time.
No, not at all. Need to escape now with these rifles, and that's now the next challenge. Story will pluck one of them off the server. Zan, at the very least, picks up a kit on his way out and retains onto the M4. It's silver linings over a very grey Vertigo sky as For the Win continue their domination.
Maybe it's the nerves here, but it felt like Illuminar really panicked on that response there. You can see 3 players rotate immediately over to the B side upon losing that initial player of Blacktier down deep. You can see arrozdoce finding that kill early on, causes those rotations to come through, and then Mars comes over to throw that flash, and that's the timing that gets exploited by Diaz.
And now look at the buy for Illuminar. It's not in the best of positions, holding on to about $2,000 per player. It just means that there's upgraded pistols, and MP9 in towards the fray. Diaz extending up towards short.
Blacktier trying to tuck in here to play a little jack-in-the-box position to pop up and scare these players. But Morels, with this MP9, he's gotten down close here. It is a pretty common position, so they may be aware for it. Master's also close by with the Desert Eagle. Bit of a bait-and-switch setup here. Morels going to be taking the first contact, swings out and finds the kill. ewjerkz is there for the trade, but Mars hasn't revealed himself yet. Oh, the Molotov! It's perfect. He's forced back, so much damage done, but does get away just with his life.
Loses a lot of HP in the progress, though, and that means the space for ewjerkz can now extend. He even hears them running towards him. He just needs to hold on, grabs the first, and even doubles up as well. It's shut down on the A ramp for this T side. 5-0, unless Zan can clutch up.
We've seen what this man can do. He delivered on Nuke. Has to do the same here on Vertigo, holding the line, but Story peeks into it and hits the shot.
Well played by For the Win. Story, he's starting to come into his element now. And maybe the tides are beginning to turn. It looked dominant on Overpass for Illuminar, but here on Vertigo, it's all Portuguese.
Yeah, completely reversal of what we saw on Overpass. It's just like For the Win came into this one completely fresh-faced, showing us what they're made of, how they've grinded all the way through the lower bracket. We can see why. We can see that metal they're made of.
16-1 down against Sprout on Inferno. Then did the reverse sweep with a double overtime to boot on that decider map. Illuminar Gaming forced their way in towards middle, but it's Story to find the opener.
Once again, coming out ahead in these AWP v AWP duels. Agile in towards mid here. Potentially could find Black Tier 2. He's tucked in here, playing a bit of a cheeky position, trying to swing out. Does the damage, but now he's revealed and he has to back off.
Illuminar have held onto their utility at least. Lots of smokes to prevent it. Morale's going on a one-way and eliminating ewjerkz.
Yeah, playing over that smoke and is rewarded with the kill. Diaz, he's lurked all the way up, and Morale finds him as well. Now the player advantage back in the way of Illuminar. Minute on the clock. Story, he was brought down low earlier as well.
But where's the map control for this T side? They just have not got any. They're trying to reset all the way towards B stairs.
And this is often the story. You can't make it through ramp, you have to go to B, and you can see there's a player here in Zan. He's pushing all the way up out onto this off angle here. Could be the perfect setup. Two teammates in close towards mid that come through. Here comes the smoke to deploy against this Molotov. He can play around this now, trying to keep things confusing for the Tiers. He actually falls back. Burning, Agile does damage on the Black Tier as well. They're finding these kills somehow through these smokes. Zan, though, he's pushed up here, playing around this, the bomb. He's going to try to go down, and that's when he swings out, even gets the second. Story now in the clutch, the 1 versus 2, and Morels finds him.
Zan just staying alive there, does it all for Illuminar. The rotations can come through thick and fast, and in amongst all of the commotion, they have no idea he's lurking in the shadows. It takes them a couple of rounds, but Illuminar Gaming will finally post one on the board, but it was quite chaotic.
They're getting a little bit way too close for comfort there. The 3-on-4 assault with Story being low, and they make it so close in the end. It's the individual heroics of Zan playing around those smokes that does it for Illuminar. But virtue of those 5 consecutive rounds for the win, still have the full buy going into this one. The AWP for Story once again in play. Another one out in the hands of Mast. Yet to see impact from that CT AWP yet. Has to start showing it here with everything on the line.
ewjerkz extending up towards ramp. Places a Molotov on the sandbags, but Illuminar Gaming are not home. Instead, it's a boost over towards short.
Ooh, a meaty grenade too, ewjerkz. He eats that one. That Molotov's perfect though. Forces that boost off. They should hear the sound cues of that and be aware of this stack in towards short.
3 players here for Illuminar. For the win, they've been favoring this bomb site early. Round number 7 proves to be no exception. Story peeking on in. He'd love an opportunity to get a kill, but he's just not quite fast enough.
CT's put on notice though. Utility starts to rain out. 2 CTs now in towards short. This is a good setup. They have the players here to hold this one. No easy way in for the T's. Trying to aggress up through short. The flashes are perfect though. ewjerkz, he finds the first. The trades are good though. Back and forth into the 3-on-3 now. That bomb's still not to go down, but Mast. Oh, the HE is brilliant. Zan, he's going to be boosted up here, but that bomb can now make its way onto the site. Although they are just going to slow things down. They've taken the ground. They're actually going to bail.
Look at this push on the bomb site. Look at arrozdoce. Although he will fall, the ground has been gathered at the very least. Bomb goes down on this B bomb site. There's a one-on-one gunfight.
Oh, this is so risky. The flank comes through. Diaz is spotted. They know that it's just Agile here. He is able to get the first now into the 1-on-1. 2 kills already for him. Knows where this second CT is coming from. Knows it has to be from this side. He's pushed up aggressively. Zan has no idea where this T is. The drop from the USP, the bait out. He's able to find the kill and get the clutch.
Throwing it all on the line there. Zan drops in and completely ruins the dreams of For the Win, who had amazing space being taken. Saw it on overpass, pushing these extremities late round, trying to find some map control. This time, it was arrozdoce on that B bomb site. But as soon as he gets eliminated by the MP9, the jig is up. Simple-esque, almost.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that USP did make a difference there. It certainly makes it distracting there for the player. A great clutch nonetheless. And now, for the win, off the back of the bomb plant, they still can fully invest into this one. Story had built up quite a large bank, so he can bring out that AWP. It's aggression in towards ramp once again. Mast hasn't had a lot of luck here, and his teammate does go down, so now it's all on him. Playing behind the smoke ahead, it presents himself the spray, not quite able to connect onto the second.
But he will escape. That's most important. There's 2 players here. PHR, he now stands towards the sandbags. And Mast, he might reactivate here.
Yeah, been revealed. PHR out in the wild, and it's a bit of distraction play. Mast, he's able to swing out now. Just Agile and arrozdoce in the 2-on-4. Looking for an opening here in towards mid. Gets spotted out, throwing that utility and takes so much damage for it. Arrozdoce now in the 1v4. It's not looking good for him.
I really like this play from Illuminar. They're grouping up with trades. They want to make sure that if they try and fight an angle, try and reclaim the map control, there's a safety net. There's a second player that can immediately trade. We saw it there, firstly, over towards A. As soon as the opening kill falls favor to the Portuguese, PHR, he steps in. And then over towards middle, crossfire established and no way in for the win.
It was a 5 round in a row start here. 4 for the win on their T side. It's Illuminar that are bouncing back now. 3 consecutive, and they're forced for the win onto these Desert Eagles. A couple of upgraded pistols to do it. Black Tier in mid, he's going to go for the spray down, doing so much damage, almost gets all 5. Agile is eventually able to find him. Not enough bullets in the chamber, but the damage is done and it's shut down in mid.
No avenue for the win in towards middle. What's really good to see from both of these teams, the kill distribution across the board is fairly even. This is not something we've seen in either map so far. This has the promise to go the absolute distance.
Now we get the full buyout for the win. 5 AKs, no AWP for Story this time. Mast, he has the AWP, he's going to go for the peak, but the smoke does bloom and prevents any vision. Zan here rewarded with a kill, trying to play around that smoke, and arrozdoce, he's punished.
I've seen arrozdoce try and push this smoke a couple of rounds already. However, this time he'll only be met with bullets. Too far pushed. Man advantage for Illuminar. Mask can peer on in, and he doesn't spot anything at ramp.
Support coming through now. Didn't want to overpeak that one and give up that advantage. Holding this slight angle, waiting for someone to walk into his crosshairs. These T's are silent on their approach to the A site, but there's so many defenders here. They're going to be swinging out now, and that's the opening. Diaz, he's able to find it. Mars now with the AWP, has to come up good. Good for one, but can't get the second. PHR, though, he's able to find it, and Black Tier jumps up and is removed. Into the 2-on-2 now. PHR swinging up, spots the player out towards Sandbag. The Story with an absolute soaring headshot there. Removes him. Zart now in the 1-on-2. The bomb is dropped towards him, but Story holds strong from Sandbag. 3 in the round for him.
Feels like he needs to make a play. Zani feels like he needs to isolate the gunfights, but not to be. What a hero moment from Story. Just went for the win. It looked like they were down in the dumps. Illuminar making a way back into the game. He stands up tall. He delivers clinical headshots, and he gets the Portuguese another round on this T side.
Oh, that is absolutely disgusting, that pop-up there above the smoke. The 4v5, they're able to convert it, putting Illuminar back on the ropes. Having to buy into this one with M4s, that orb no longer in the equation. That was what opened things up, and now it's the MP9 for Black Tier. Still not the best buy either. 4 for the win, 1 Galil in play. Oh, damage through the tags. It gives the alert. They're able to find that spam, and that's going to cause the activation out here towards B. But Zan, he's able to find the kill. ewjerkz extending forwards here with the AK, looking to find a response, but not quite able to be delivered. It trying to swing forward. These players sitting behind generators here, doing so much damage, just pumping in and out. Oh, with the MP9, Black Tiers, he jumps forward. ewjerkz back aside. So much damage being rained in here. The Molotov also forcing him out, not allowing him to pick up that bomb. All his teammates falling around him. ewjerkz pushing forward here. Player in the smoke. Can't find his way through, knows that someone's blocking it and finds the kill.
They butt heads, but Illuminar come out on top. Nice reaction for the win. Early stages, Illuminar, they want to take this aggression. A ramp, that is what they want each and every time. They throw a lot of members at it. They push all the way down. They take the fight for the win. For the win, know this. They try and activate over towards B, but it's not to B. Instead, rotations. They come over to Illuminar, and they will get the job done. 6-5 now.
Hero AK out for Story, but Black Tier is even holding this line, just ready for this boost. Throws the flashbang through, spotting the shoulder here. The spam comes through. That Story removed. Damage done on Diaz elsewhere. Sana even finding a kill of his own. And this hero investment alongside these pistols Looking like it's falling before it can do any damage.
It cannot be understated here how important it is for Illuminar Gaming to not only win this round, but come out of it very healthy. Their money has been wearing thin at the expense of how close these rounds have been.
Yeah, Zan's in a perfect position to spoil these last 3 players, but he drops off the timing. Does hear that, perhaps not wanting to give up that kill, doesn't want to lose that early advantage, as you mentioned. Important that they keep this healthy. Don't want to lose too many players on this take. The boost spotted from Agile. Flash comes through. That's going to force that off the angle. It does take a bit of damage in the process. Incendiary can be thrown out in towards Whitebox. They're going to aggress off the front of it. PHR, he's holding strong here. Black Tier tries in for one of his own. And actually, it's PHR that closes it all out.
You see that Illuminar, they recognize that threat. They want to make sure that when they take these gunfights, that there's so many players here that For the Win cannot trade out efficiently. Timeout being called now for this T side. Dios, he's going to get in their ear.
For the first time in this map, we have an even scoreline, 6-6. Illuminar and For the Win neck and neck here. Started off with that 5-0 lead for the Win, but Illuminar, they've really been in the driving seat later on. Now evening it up and looking like they have the momentum to carry forward.
It's been a lovely response. It's been very good from this Polish side. What I worry about, though, is the amount of players they are rotating over so early. It is off the back of gaining that A ramp control in the initial instance. But if For the Win, if they start slowing things down, they start playing a more regimented default, they throw flavor in towards sending more people towards middle, that could catch out Illuminar off.
Aggression here once again towards Round. The smoke isn't deployed. Tears do drop one of their own, though. Morales has made his way up deep as well, trying to go for this spam once again. It was rewarded on a round prior. And Mask, he's actually going to be the one that finds the opening, spamming through. So much damage being done to these T-side players.
Oh, and even further smoke gets deployed. And that's creating more distraction. Mask can't actually convert the spray, so he only gets 1 kill. Arrozdoce with the trade out at the very least.
It's the player advantage here now for Illuminar, though. Such a heavy rotation to the A side. Could potentially be an opportunity here for Agile to find this opening. All depends on how they decide to play this one out. It's Black Tier that he can disrupt this. He's come in so deep behind. All on Agile and whether he can keep them distracted in mid.
Utility being deployed. Look at it. Illuminar Gaming, they don't really know where to go right now. That space has been gathered on the A bomb site.
Yeah, I think it's a mid play here. Black Tier is so deep in towards B that they assume it cannot be there, and that's a loud story now to push up onto site. Still not sure about Short here, but they can deploy that deep Molotov, and that's the flank called off. A critical kill. PHR, though, he's able to chime in for one of his own. Story on site, trying to escape here. They're pushing through the smokes into his crosshair. They line up. So much damage has been done. Agile now has to pull off the clutch, but it's PHR. 3 in the round.
The bullets just give away his position, and the silenced ones answer back. But we saw it, though. It's literally what we just said. For the Win. Every single time they go to one of these bomb sites, they have not faked it. So by throwing extra utility into different areas of the map, it scrambles the rotations. It allows that bomb plant to come in on A. Illuminar, they are over-rotating. They're a little bit nervous.
Lead now taken for Illuminar for the first time on Vertigo. Still anyone's game here. Is For the Win. They have the full buy in play. They need to find a round here. It's been Illuminar that are doing all the damage in these recent rounds. For the Win, have to find the response.
They just need to make sure not to sit in front of the smoke, because the spam damage has been raining down upon them. This time, though, PHR, he catches the bullets. He's been brought down low.
Yeah, he's going to bail out of there now. Doesn't want anything to do with ramp after that early damage. Mask jump peeking this. So many T-sided players, all of them, in fact, grouped up down towards bottom ramp. Holding for something. The smoke gets deployed so they can start making ground up here. Morel's trying to play this gap here, looking to exploit it for an opportunity, but he's on an island here. Teammate does come on the rotate jerk, so he finds the opener, and Story's able to get one as well. That's the A site now open for business. The rotates can come through, but they're not going to be here in time.
That's cracked open. This Molotov can prevent the bomb plant, though, initially at default. For the Win, they're not able to get onto the bomb site. The rotations can come in.
Story dunking PHR. Now puts Zan and Black Tier in the 2-on-5. So much damage done to two of these players. But they have to find purchase with these weapons, have to find their mask. Smoke can be deployed. 2 smokes, in fact, so they can drop one down on the bomb and go for the defuse.
Kit's on the board as well. They've got time to work this flashbang's rain on in for the win. They don't need to peek.
And now with his teammate going down, Zan, he has to try and escape here. Wants to do some damage, swings out, but it's going to be arrozdoce who comes up the victor. Once again, we're evened out 7-7, as close as it gets here on Vertigo.
And we now head into the last round of this first half. Both teams, they can fall by. It's a very scary prospect for one of these teams to go into this with a deficit, because it feels like, although there's such fine margins, momentum is definitely a factor. Illuminar Gaming, they've got significantly less utility than for the win.
Critical round here for both teams. Black Tier in mid. Utility's got to keep him on notice, but it's not a commitment yet. Oh, Morels, that's a hefty HE. Does a chunk of damage to him. Molly also going to force Mask back.
Nice reaction by For The Win. They're deploying their utility early, and they're preventing Illuminar from spraying down in. That's what's netted them these early advantages.
Absolutely, and now Morels has to drop this smoke, try and play around that one. For The Win, happy to wait this utility out. Illuminar, as mentioned, don't have all of that utility behind them the same way that For The Win do.
But this time there's 3 players here for Illuminar, tucking on in. That Molotov, it's been dropped. It forces the players behind the smoke, but the spam, it's not going to find anything.
It's a heavy commitment to hold ramp. These 2 players that are extended have to find kills. And Mars, he's good for one. The trade comes through. Morels, that flash is perfect. He swings off it. But the trades are great here from For The Win. They keep it even. They can now commit onto the side. That flash is great. Forces him off the line and allows that kill to come through.
There's a grenade, though. That could be deployed. That could even eliminate Diaz, but he waits it out. And arrozdoce will find Black Tier. Clutch needed for Zan.
1v2 Diaz. He was brought down low earlier. The potential is here, but has to find these kills. These peaks have to be perfect. The player, it jiggles the angle. Diaz, he goes down. Zan now in the one-on-one. 9 HP to do it. Deploys his smoke early on. This gives Agile something to work with here. He's holding this off angle, wants to take this fight. Knows that Zan was brought low earlier, but has to hit the shot. The bait out again, but Agile, he's good for it.
Won't work the second time around, and For The Win will take a very narrow lead into this second half. Heku is on standby. What do you make of that one?
This is the last map of the last series, and let's just remember that when it comes to For The Win, they took Sprout to double overtime on Vertigo. So I mean, the second half will be really exciting, so make sure to stay with us because we'll be back after the break.
It's your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy.
We knew Vertigo would be the perfect place for these two teams to land, as close as you like it here. 8-7, the scoreline going into the second half of this elimination match, with only one team able to advance to groups.
I just want to cast our minds back towards Nuke for just a second. How did that one end up? Well, For the Win took a narrow advantage in towards the second half and then left Illuminar gaming in the dust. For Illuminar, they need to respond here, and it all comes down to this pistol.
Great stack over here for the CTs. 4 players on this side of the map. Although after that early contact, they're going to be sitting in towards elevator. Mask making his way up here. Going to be trying to flush out sandbags, but no one's there at the moment. There are 4 CTs, but they're all the way back towards elevator currently.
We know what this setup is. 2 smokes going to be deployed. It's going to be a quick one for Illuminar. As they obscure the vision, they get onto the bomb site.
Spam now through the smokes. CT's trying to do damage here. The flash is perfect. ewjerkz, he gets swung out, gets 2 the second. The flick is absolutely disgusting. The kills go back and forth. And now Mask on the spam can't quite do it.
For the Win, they just aggress. As soon as those smokes come down, they know exactly what they want to do. 1 pop flash is all it takes, and ewjerkz doubles up on short. It's another case in this series. Both pistols have been won by a single team, and this one on Vertigo is For the Wins.
ewjerkz was the man that we were looking to step up if For the Win wanted to take it here on Vertigo, and he is delivering. 13 kills for the man, top of the leaderboard for the CTs. And now, these Ts of Illuminar are reduced to Glocks. Just going to be rushing up ramp here, trying to overwhelm. And Diaz with the FAMAS, perfectly here to deliver alongside him his story. And it's the FAMASs that reign supreme.
Not a single casualty for the CTs as they elevate themselves to double digits. Difference for Illuminar is this time they don't force buy after losing the pistol. They just use the Glock, so the AKs come out early.
Only one M4 on the side of For the Wins. This bonus round, the weaponry is going to be favoring Illuminar. Weren't able to get much purchase on these early rounds. The lead extending here for the Win. A chance, though, for Illuminar to fight back.
Early presence in towards mid for Agar. Morels, his spam could potentially find Diaz. He's going to go straight through the Molotov. The SMG, it's not going to come out on top. He basically burns alive.
Bit of a tricky play there, but the trades do come through. 1-4-1.
He actually got that kill on towards Mast in the flames.
Oh, it's behind him. Incredible stuff with the MP9. The POV making that one a bit confusing. The risky play does pay off. Or at the very least, even things out here. Morel's going for a boost above this smoke. Could be rewarded with anything early on in Zan. He's looking out towards mid.
Big battle here. FAMAS versus AK. Spray goes a little bit of begging. For the Win, they're jump spotting. They don't want to throw further aggression into the mix.
3 players now looking to swing out. Rotation coming through from Zen as well. All 4 players ready to make their way up a ramp. Clock is ticking down, and For the Win, sitting back here, giving up this ground. They don't quite have what they need to contest it.
Utility can come in. Flashbangs can support Illuminar here.
Ashar and mid can rotate through as well. Those smokes come through. Great incendiary there onto the bomb plant position. That's going to slow things down further. Fantastic flash there, Story. He's able to advance off it. Gives them the man advantage now. PHR getting spammed down. Ashar finds that kill as well. Now it's a 2-on-3. Ashar brought so low. Zan holding the line here. Catches him as he aggresses forward. Tries to find the second as well. Pushing through these smokes. The arrozdoce, he's rewarded. And the bomb, it can't even go down.
Nice inventive play from Illuminar. They use a deep smoke wall to give themselves more room on that bomb site, but it amounts to 0. The bomb cannot even be planted on the site. For the Win, they extend and they convert the bonus.
It's amazing that arrozdoce gets away with that push through the smoke. It always favors the player that's holding it, but he's able to play around it and just abuse that smoke wall, as you mentioned. Gets both, denies that bomb plant. And off the back of it, Illuminar, they cannot invest into this. They just have to have a couple of upgraded pistols and some HEs potentially looking to do some damage. Aggression up here with these Tech 9s. No armor behind them though, so they can be slowed down pretty handedly.
It's one-dimensional right now. Illuminar, every single round they've elected to go towards A. Haven't got the weaponry to do it. A single flashbang is all that remains.
We now got the AWP out for Story as well. Yet to see that on the CT side. Against these pistols, maybe not the most effective weapon, but looking forward to seeing what he can do. Going to be now aggressing up, trying to poke something in here. Don't actually get any contact, so they don't overcommit. ewjerkz is going to drop that one way he can play around. Slowing this assault down. Story now with that AWP, he is providing Overwatch.
No commitment yet. Grouping are Illuminar. They just want to make sure that when they do commit to this bomb site, there's as minimal defenders as possible. Working their way up, just making their way through short. ewjerkz is on the pixel.
Bomb plant would be everything for them here, and ewjerkz wants to deny it. Story misses a potential shot there. That bomb, it can start to go down here. ewjerkz swings up now. The opportunity presents itself, gets a kill. Damage done on the PHR, but Story's picking them apart with the AWP. ewjerkz now trying to do damage of his own. 4v3, another AWP kill reigns through the kill feed. Damage being done here. ewjerkz going for the position up on the boost here, looking to do more damage, but that P250 is working. HE does more damage as well. Story even trying to contest with the P250. Does eventually go down now. Blacktear, that bomb is ticking down. He's doing so much damage, they have to stick onto it. Blacktear trying to swing around, trying to swing out and potentially stop this diffuser, but the P250, it cannot hit the shot.
What a successful round for Illuminar, though, all things considered. They take 3 players with them to the grave. They plant the bomb and they make that one a real contest. Very positive signs to see off the back of not a heavily fortified purchase.
For the win, are able to convert though. Can hold on to that AWP. Mars now has brought one of his own alongside these AKs, and Illuminar have another chance. That AWP actually over towards B, but does get flashed off.
And now Mast, oh, he spots out a leg. ewjerkz, that's information that's been relayed to Illuminar. Morels, he's going to go on a mission to find him.
He is hunting. He knows that player is trapped in there. The AWP is just holding him in. ewjerkz cannot swing out unless he gets that supportive utility to come through. You can see they're peppering him. They're letting him know that they're aware. Brought down the 1 HP, and he does go down to the AWP eventually.
Man advantage, Diaz playing with fire just on the cusp of this utility. As Illuminar Gaming creep their way in towards A, they're also making strides at B stairs.
Yeah, smoke set up so that he can spot legs, but doesn't get rewarded with anything. Blacktear just walking up here and off angle being held, but the shadow advantage, it's there. He's able to find that kill for free. 2-man advantage now for Illuminar in one of the best positions they've been in on this T side, and they're not overcommitting off it.
Running down the clock. Grouping with the rotations. They're not really too sure where they're going to end up right now. Story, he's in spawn.
Yeah, look at these CTs. Story on the flank with the AWP. It's not something you see every day, coming through T-spawn, trying to hold off that rotate. Maybe rewarded with something here. Oh, the timing.
No.
They're actually going back to A, but he's fallen off the angle. He's missed the opportunity. Agile, he's hearing it all. He can now come through on the flank, but the positioning, it's just not there anymore, and this bomb should be given to the bomb site for free.
What a weird round for the win. It felt like they were in the correct places, especially when Illuminar rotated all the way back. Agile, he's now resorted just to look for exits.
Oh, what a position from Story. It could have done it all. You've never seen a CT AWPer winning the round from T-spawn, but he almost had the opportunity. Agile, hold the phone. He's managed to find 2 more kills, but that clock, it's ticking down. He might just look to do more damage here. Making his way up onto site. 2 of these players in towards short. Bomb is ticking down. They get another kill. He sticks onto the bomb. He's holding it. They just need to provide cover. Mars, he's the only one that can stop it, and he does. They're going to hop onto the bomb, but there's no time.
A critical AWP shot rings out from short in the favor of Illuminar Gaming, but for the win, it looked like they were only going for damage, and somehow, well, they made that one very costly for that T side.
It should never have gotten to that position. There was a point there, he finds these 2 kills on these players trying to hunt, trying to escape, gets them gifted for free, it opens up the bomb site. And the AWP is the worst gun you want to be stopping a bomb diffuser. You get one opportunity to hit that shot. But thankfully for Illuminar, Mast's shot does rain true.
Economy wearing thin for both sides. Whilst that favors the T's longer term, right now, action is unfolding on towards a ramp. Trade for trade, blow for blow in round number 21.
Yeah, aggression is rewarded with the kill, but punished immediately. These T's grouping up over towards the B site. Down on this flank, in through mid. One CT defending the site, one holding through mid. 2 on the A side.
Information gained at the very least. Story, he's peeked down into A ramp. He knows that no one's there. Arrozdoce, he's now going to tuck all the way in.
Yeah, ewjerkz has rotated into mid now. They've got the 2-player lean towards the B bomb site. Slow moves here from Illuminar. Now they start to throw that utility out. Not overcommitting off the back of it, waiting for the response from for the win, but they're playing the patience game. ewjerkz holding in mid, waiting for this flank to come through. He has the read, but it all comes down to the timing.
Who's going to blink first? Will it be the Horus Eye of Illuminar, or will it be the Birds for the win? Arrozdoce peeks on in. His position, it's unknown. He can win it all.
He's going to do it. He's going to swing out, but Mast hits the flick shot. That is everything. Agile, he's the only CT defender left. Knows Azada's here from behind and can't get the kill. Almost has gifted it, but it is Illuminar off the back of the patience. They managed to pull it through.
They get the job done. The pressure, it does not get to them, and they completely swarm that bomb site for the win. They had the rotations in place, but they were, unfortunately for them, not able to secure it. Illuminar closed the gap.
It felt like they had all the pieces in the right position for further win, but off the back of it, look at that money. USPs, a single CZ for ewjerkz. They're rushing down. It's all being heard. They're going to get farmed here by the T's in T4, and that is where the CTs fall.
12-10. It's getting a little bit close. This one has potentially got the legs to go the distance. Look at the buy here for the win. They will be able to invest, but there's no AWP.
It was 6 rounds in a row for the win. But now it's Illuminar with that momentum, fighting back on this T side, looking to close that deficit.
That's what we've seen all map as well, is these streaky rounds from both teams. Initially, it was for the win, and Illuminar, they bounced back aggression in towards ramp from ewjerkz.
He's tucked in here, trying to find the opening. The flash comes through. That's the kill. PHR pops up, but Morels is ready for the trade. Good communications here from Illuminar. Prevent any further damage. Story's boosted up in towards mid. This is a bit of an unusual position, but it is towards A ramp where the T's have their presence.
Deploying further utility for the win. They're grouped up in towards the bomb site. They've got this crossfire. Diaz, he's tucked in at short.
It's a common crossfire though. Illuminar have the utility to deal with it. That's that Molotov coming through. He has to drop that smoke in response. You can see arrozdoce close by with a smoke of his own, ready for the counter utility should this attack come through. Smoke's getting deployed by the T's now. A boost coming through, a late round boost, but it's not going to be rewarded. They're already all the way up ramp, pushing onto the site. 2 CTs in short. They're the defenders that have to do it all. Black Tier is holding for it, but Diaz, he comes out ahead. The bomb is dropped by Agile. It's Mars and Zad now in the... Well, now it's just Mars with the AWP in the 1v4 with 30 seconds.
Peeking on in towards short. His first challenge, Arrozdoce, he passes it with flying colours, but he needs another couple of kills. Oh, that's an incredible shot, but Diaz with the immediate trade. Flashy stuff from Mast, just a showcase of what he can provide.
Yeah, what a shot. As soon as that player crossed the sandbags, it was over. He didn't spot that cross, and you can see he's flinging out If that player hadn't made it across Mars with those sort of shots, he could have pulled that off.
For the win, they've got to calm down as well, though. In that round, 2 smokes were deployed to deal with that incendiary on short. Comms cannot be chaotic in a time like this. Maybe that's why we're getting the pause.
Yeah, the calm down can come through. Get that young coach on the line, the youngest squad here for the win. Looking to secure that last spot. 3 rounds from doing it.
There is a way back in, though, for Illuminar. The money is still not built up for either side. Important round coming in here. It's the AWP battle as well. If this actually happens, I don't think we've actually seen it yet. This could really dictate where this round ends up.
Yeah, Story going for the aggressive peek here and towards B stair. Has the spawn for it. Smoke gets deployed to give cover here for Zan. He's playing this lurk position, Black Tier by his side, just looking to play around the smoke. And off the back of that, the AWP, it's going to make its move elsewhere.
Molotov will force arrozdoce back at the very least. Illuminar, they've got intention here. They want to end B.
Smoke's getting set up already. arrozdoce, he's here on the defense. Story with that AWP in towards mid, and a rotation has come through. Hajal here in support. The double A's on B. Utility raining through now. Smoke deployed towards default, keeping them interested. arrozdoce ready for these shots. Agile through the smoke. He's going to be the one that opens it up. Now arrozdoce, he has a chance, but Zan's going to shut it down. The AWP with the boost, it's able to get a response. Player advantage now as the bomb goes down.
But Morels, he's creeping in. He's playing on the edge. He eliminates Agile, and they're not ready for him. ewjerkz is next to full.
But Diaz gets a kill in response. It's the 2-on-2 now. Continues to swing forward and finds the kill. PHR with one of his own. It's now Story with the AWP. PHR holding the line, hits the headshot.
So important. What a round for Illuminar to win. In all of these mid-rounds, they've slowed the pace down. They have waited for this aggression, and this time, roles are reversed. They change the pace. They flip the script, and for the win, they're caught off guard.
That deficit closing now for the win. Look at the money. They're going to have to eco into this one. Illuminar, they call a timeout of their own. Can take a bit of a breather. That IGL, he can start to get on the mic here. Tell them, look, we're so close. So few rounds separate us. This comeback, it can happen.
It's so important that Illuminar not only convert this round, but they get through it without too many members being eliminated. There's not enough money here to accommodate a very close encounter.
Four USPs and a Desert Eagle. Diaz going for the peek here. Has to find a headshot. He's going to fire off a warning shot. Trying to jiggle this angle, is spotted, and he's going to fall back.
He sees the AWP at the very least. Illuminar, they begin their ascent up the ramp.
Yeah, the rest of them push through into mid. 3 USPs pushing out and clearing that position. That's a bit of info gain. They can now stack all 5 CTs over to the A site. It's their best shot into this one, but these headshots have to be perfect.
It's going to be an absolute brawl here. Morels, he flashes, he waits. These flashbangs, meanwhile on A, they're perfect, and everyone's falling apart. It's only ewjerkz with 1 kill, and the rest of his team fall behind him. Illuminar Gaming close the gap to 1.
That's exactly what they needed to do there. Couldn't afford to make that costly, as you did mention. Only losing the 1 player, exactly how they wanted that one to pan out. The stack does not work out for the CTs. Was just the Desert Eagle and the USPs, so it was a tall order. Now with 1 round the deficit, Illuminar momentum starting to build.
Last time both of these teams played Vertigo, it went to overtime for the win against Sprout. And Illuminar against Impression. Full buy round coming in, ewjerkz. He's playing his favorite game, rush down the ramp.
He's got in control here. A few warning shots being fired off by that AWP, but he's not being contested. These smokes once again getting ready to be deployed towards B. All 5 Ts getting ready for this assault, and they are just going to barrel in. It is aggression. arrozdoce has to do it all. That's the first. He's able to swing out and even get a second. The trade comes through. Agile can drop the incendiary. Now he can swing out and support. The flashes are good. Smokes do come in response, so this is going to make it difficult for the CTs. A flank is on its way. Mask is holding it, though. This overpeak. Oh, he misses the shot. Through the wall, ewjerkz able to find the kill. That is everything. Stan now left all alone. 1 versus 3 does find that opening, and he can now leave to A.
How's Mars missed that shot, that round? It all falls apart off the back of it. Zan, he now needs to recover. He's making his way towards A, but the rotations, they're here.
So noisy. They know exactly where he is. Throws the smoke down. It's a desperate bomb plant, and it's not going to be rewarded. 14 for the win. 3 alive for them. They bounce back immediately and counter the aggression.
There's 2 things there that fall apart. Arrozdoce plays in front of the utility. He plays anti-flash at the double box, and he's able to get a multi-kill. That first slows it down. The rotations can come in. Defensive utility, a mast. How has he missed that?
That was a sitter. It was such a critical kill. That was the flank. He finds that he can then support the rest of the players out towards gens. That's now in the past. In the present, Illuminar have full bought into this. A Tech 9 and 4 AKs. They don't want this to go to map point.
They don't want to put For the Win on it without a contest. PHR on that Tech 9. That's not ideal at all. Boost will eliminate arrozdoce and Mast. He even finds Diaz, but meanwhile, ewjerkz, he trades it right back.
2 openers there for Illuminar, but ewjerkz bites back immediately. This 2-pronged assault on both sides. It's punished. Story rotates over and finds Black Tier as well. Illuminar, they open it up perfectly, but they leave that gap, and it's exploited by ewjerkz.
They need to win this round. Their money, otherwise it's going to be in the bin. Going up against elimination point. Smokes, they rain down. They're deep for the A-bomb site.
No utility left for the Ts. Only a smoke for the CTs as well. This is going to be a brawl. That bomb, it can go down. All 3 CTs coming in at once. Morale's holding the line, gets removed, and Agile deals with that. It's map and series point for the win.
5 kills is what For the Win require to advance in the last spot for ESL Pro League Season 16. And that is a sentence I did not think I would be saying at the start of the week, but they've captured all of our hearts here at home, here in the green room. Illuminar, backs against the wall. It is do or die.
Timeout coming through. They know how much these next rounds mean. They have the opportunity to close it out and secure that last group stage spot.
It's going to have to be a quicker play for Illuminar. They have SMGs, Tech 9s, and 1 AK-47. They need to take the fight to For the Win before they establish map control.
Yeah, this buy here, it suggests aggression. It suggests speed. We will see if that is what Illuminar seek to deliver. Has to be something special here. That clock, you can see it ticking down. That means we're going into this all-important round.
Here we go. Round number 28. For the Win on the cusp of advancement. As Illuminar Gaming, they head towards ramp.
Black Tier, he's going up fast. That's that aggression. The boost, yes, he falls off at the wrong opportunity. The HT does a huge chunk of damage, though. These players have been brought low early on. Morels, he's close by, trying to deploy this utility Story. He swings out off the back of the flash, the spray. It's good for 2. Does a huge amount of damage on the Black Tier as well. Ashal, he swings out for 1 of his own. The damage is done. They're all falling apart.
Black Tier, he's only got 26 points of health. 3 kills required. He's already found 1, so it would be a quad kill to keep Illuminar at conference, tucking in towards the sandbags. He's trying to isolate these gunfights, but there's a flank on the cards. arrozdoce secures it. For the Win, Esports will be the last member, the last team advancing to ESL Pro League Season 16, the first Portuguese team to do so.
And what an incredible fashion they have done it. It's been the Cinderella story, the talking point throughout the conference stage. They were down 1-16 in elimination against Sprout, but they bounced back in overtime there, and they closed it out in regulation against Illuminar.